right. Okay, let's have a look and wait for people to jump on board. All right, yeah, we'll wait a few more moments. Blue's like, well, it's about time. Keep in mind, this is delayed by like 20 seconds. This is all new to me. This is the whole idea of streaming. Just goes again, like, it's just crazy. At least we can have a bit of fun today, so that's good. Hello everyone. Yeah, we're just talking with Blue over a silly comment that he got on one of his videos. And I tell you what, just some people just don't get it. It's just like, shut up, I want to watch the cartoon. It's like, well, you got other avenues to watch the cartoon. Or you could, buy the short. We give you lots of options for that to happen, but, it's how you... Stacey McPeter. Good eye, mate. It's basically g'day. Like, good day, but it says like good eye. Why do I upload 6 instead of 5 now? Well, daylight savings hasn't actually finished where I am, so yeah, I didn't actually factor that in, but we're soon going to go 1 hour back again, so it should kind of even out. So yeah, we'll wait a few more minutes, because I did say in a couple of minutes, I just wanted to make sure that all this actually worked, so... And I'm wearing my, that's all, folks, shirt. I'm ready to go. Yes, how dare I talk over a cartoon? I mean, in this case, it was Blue over on his channel, but come on, what? I don't know. And look, I get the fact that not everyone is going to enjoy commentaries, and Blue gets that too. We get it. But but just go in. If you don't like what you see, move on. But I think part of the problem is also that people can see some cartoons, which are all the public domain stuff on YouTube, so they automatically think, oh, if they're on there, everything else should be. So they find the one cartoon that's only we've put up, and it's just a commentary. But I don't know, I think it's all confusing. So let's have a look here. I'll answer a few questions before I want to do a little bit of a speech too. But all we're doing Pepe Le Pew cartoons, I'm doing all of them. Okay, every single one. I even did Going to Heaven on a Mule, which is the most atrocious. And I mean atrocious short, and I've said that many a time, but wow. That's even worse than some of the Censored 11 stuff, I can tell you that. But, my favourite Looney Tunes, a lot of the Bob Clampett stuff that's coming up, which is, Buckaroo Bugs and all that, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Alright, Steph, I'll turn down the cartoon. I'll turn down my own voice and I'll put some cartoon noises instead, so you'll just hear the Treg Brown sound effects whenever I open my mouth, Whoop, whoop. Boo, whoop. All that sort of stuff. Now, can you all hear me okay? That's I should have probably checked with that first. I'm assuming you can. How's the stream going? Everything alright? Well, it's now the official time. Let's see how many people jump on the... Yep, boo, whoop. That's something that Blue just decides to add at the end of each of the commentaries. So, but yeah, Pepe is interesting. I will say, Pepe is one of those series of shorts where I could, I can watch one at a time, but watching them all in a row, it is very, very tricky. I mean, I'll show you something. Just one sec. I mean, I should probably sell this and get rich, right? So, I know someone did. I think Austin Kelly did. Alright, let's have a look. Mr. Fox. Yes, my Fox, my Dutch brother from another mother. Let's have a look. What else is here? As bad as Going to Heaven on a Mule is, the musical number it's based on is even worse. Yeah, well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I mean, how will I survive doing all the cartoons from 1960 to 1969? The same way I survived doing all the Buddy shorts. There's your answer. Anthony McBoing Boing's animation talk. Well, I actually like McBoing Boing from the UPA shorts. I love those. They're fantastic. How's it going? Ask if I said it right. I love the new Looney Tunes cartoons. Some are great, some are okay, but I think it's the best new property of Looney Tunes we've had in a while. But can't wait for me to go on the seal of quality known as W7 era. Well, they can't be as bad as the Groovy Ghoulie short that I did, but that's gonna be a lot of fun. What am I going to do after Looney Tunes? Well, I honestly don't know. Maybe I'll do Disney, or maybe I'll just do something completely random. I don't know. Let me see. Used to have throwing shade at Buddy. Well, But look, the Looney Tunes show, I've only seen bits and pieces of it, and it's not perfect, but I think it's just one of those things where may not be for me. But I don't know, maybe I have to give it another go. Hepcat, yeah, that'll come soon. How would I bring back Peppy in Looney Tunes cartoons? Well, I honestly don't know. I'm sure there are plenty of smarter people than me that can figure that out. I think he's got potential, and I think given the... you wouldn't do it the same as original cartoons where he's just pestering someone, like woman, it's like, hey, come back to me, my little pigeon, kind of thing. You do something different. But I honestly wouldn't know. Rainbow Parade, well, maybe. How would I feel if television decides to bring back some classic Looney Tunes? Look, I know in the US, MeTV shows a lot of this stuff. I personally have not watched broadcast TV in a long time. I think I stopped in like the 2000s because they would show TV shows that would interest me. And, I would get into it, but then they would just change when it's on. And it's like, oh, when's it on? And you don't even know. And then, I don't know, I just gave up and I started downloading stuff instead. And, as much as streaming, there are a lot of flaws with streaming, I love it. I think it's a lot more positives than negatives. Let's see. Favorite Looney Tunes antagonist? Ooh, I honestly... I don't know, I like quite a few of them, but, maybe the Red Hot Rider is probably a good one. It's like, gee, that was the Math Marauder, or something, Duck Dodgers. Yeah. I've seen a few episodes of that. Maybe I should do that. Favorite commentary? It's funny because Old Glory, I had to redo it. The original version, despite the problematic part of it, I had to redo it, but one of the interesting things was I couldn't be stuffed doing that one again. I don't particularly like Old Glory that much, despite the fact it looks really good. So I basically went back to the original tracks from the problematic commentary, singled out everyone, copied and pasted things, and made it seem like we were all together. I mean, that's one I was really proud of. How I fixed that up, I don't know, but it's one I'm proud of. But yeah, let's have a look. or probably bring Pepe back and making him a bartender or a spy. Well, yeah, maybe. Let's see. Favorite Pepe is Odor of the Day, where the formula doesn't happen. Yeah, look, that's a solid one, and that should come up in a few months for me, which I'm looking forward to. Raised on the Spotlight collection. Yeah, I mean, I was raised on... Yeah, I'll even move the camera to show you guys my big collection. Sorry, it's not really designed to move too much, but just to give you guys an idea, I'll move it nice and slow. I'm still sorting it out. Yes, number one, Dad. Don't worry, I didn't make that trophy for myself. My kids actually did it. I put a nice little book of my baby girls. You know, yes, I got a PS5. And some Hanna-Barbera stuff down there. There you go. Let's see if I can get this looking decent again. Oh, boy. Let's make sure that I can actually... Yep, there we go. All right. Anthony's Van Buren talk. Well, that's just evil, Steph. That's evil even for you. Have I seen the god-awful opening title for Restoration? Yeah, I wanted to fix it, but then the only other version I've got is the Turner print, and I've been trying to fix a lot of these myself, but it's just not going to work, so... What kind of gag makes me laugh the most? Oh, it's got to be the stupidest dad joke, and I mean stupid, you know. Let's see, how about I do some Goofy movie commentaries? I love Goofy movie, actually. I absolutely love it. I won't get it now, but I even got the Goofy movie autographed by Bill Farmer himself, and yeah, he's such a nice guy. And that movie has no right being as good as it is. It's fantastic. Why did I start the Looney Tunes? I've got a speech that I'm going to go through, and I can let you know why in a moment. Happy anniversary. Yay, 1 year. Blue Genesis. My favourite was Looney Ticks Unleashed. You evil, evil Canadian, you. You're just an evil man, aren't you? Alright, what else do I have here? Oh, wow. Getting lots of people coming on. 23 people, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let me see. I remember the Buddy days waiting for 1936. Oh, I remember them as well. But I'll still defend Buddy's Bearcats even to this day. I really will. It is, for what it is, it's solid. It's not going to rank up there next to, What's Opera Doc and all those sort of stuff. But anyway. So it goes here. I hate Buddy. Well, I think hate's a strong word, but... I find it interesting that they trying to push this character who clearly isn't appealing, and as though it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. It was fascinating. Speak to my interest in American culture. Where did it begin? Well, see, in Australia, we've got Australian content, of course. There has to be. And there's some good stuff here too. There really is. But excuse me. I actually might have a quick drink. 1 sec. But there'll be a lot of American stuff. And in terms of the Looney Tunes, see, we didn't have cable TV until the mid-90s. And so seeing a lot of the classic cartoons were on VHS at the time. So I watched, I had like 6 volumes of Tom and Jerry. I had odds and ends for Daffy Duck and Bugs and all of that stuff. Like today's commentary, Hold the Line, Please. That one was a childhood favourite. I watched that constantly, and I mean constantly. So I'm so glad it's got a restoration, even though the restoration isn't the best. But anyway, it's better than nothing. And I don't know, just fascinates me. I kind of went off cartoons a little bit in high school because, girls, I was a teenager, interested in the opposite sex. But the interest came back once I actually, when I went to the library once in university. I hated doing my degree, which was Bachelor of Arts. I absolutely hated it. Once I realized it was going to be useful and not actually getting me work after I finished the course. But I discovered Jerry Beck's and Will Friedwald's book about the Looney Tunes cartoons, and I was like, they made 1,000 of these? Really? That came out before the Golden Collection came out, but the Disney Treasures came out around that time, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad I got them then, because they're very valuable now, as Blue can attest to. He's still pissed off with me because I mainly use my PS4, you know, here we go, nice PS5, there we go. No, he's when it comes to Disney Treasures, I should say, I get distracted too easily. Like, he's pissed off that I've got this collection. He's trying to figure out a way to invade Australia and, you know, try and take it from me. All right, what do we got here? Can we agree to never speak of Baby Looney Tunes? Fine, I won't talk about it. Why do I love Buddy so much, weirdo? Maybe do some commentaries on the Bioware stuff, sure. Which director had my favourite version of Daffy and Bugs, respectively? Clampett for Daffy, like the early Clampett, they're just the wild and wacky. And Bugs, I actually like the Frizz one a little more for some reason. I'm starting to lean more towards that. So, do you do on your spare time? What do I do on my spare time? I'm assuming it's asking. I mean, look behind me. You know, I'm a film collector. I'm a comic collector. I also run a comic book shop. I've got 2 kids. That I had to homeschool as well last year. That was fun. Commentaries on MGM stuff. Yeah, good idea. 30s Buddy is better than 60s Speedy. Well, from the few 60s Speedies I have seen, I can agree with you. Let's have a look. Let's see. I love how in the animation universe the Warners were created to kill Buddy. It is clever. Alright. I'm a peppy nerd. He's my favourite French boy. Oh, well, okay. Okay. Just did that. Okay. What I might do... I'll just read this little speech and that, so hopefully... Look, I mean, I might answer sort of in between what I actually... have written versus some questions that might come through. So, I mean, look, today, it marks a year since I uploaded the first few Bosco shorts online. So, of course, you know, Bosco talking kid and sinking in the bathtub and all that sort of stuff, you know. Like, I made sure I had a week's worth before I got started, and, you know, I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I really didn't. And, you know, I had to train myself to use iMovie and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm still learning how to use it today. And there'll be something I'll discover. It's like, how did I not know this shortcut or whatever it is? But anyway, it's a fun process. But someone asked me before why Looney Tunes, because it actually provided me with an interesting opportunity. And I think I answered this before in another video, but I'll answer it anyway for the new fans out there of the channel. Basically, starting with Bosco, it provided me a unique opportunity where I could figure my voice out for these commentaries, where I could sort of go, okay, what works, what doesn't, how do I make these videos the best I can? Because I figured, you know, no one would watch the Bosco stuff, or the Buddies for that matter. You know, that I could do like 100 of these commentaries, and almost no one's going to watch them, but at least I can practice, and by the time I reach Tex Avery, at least the tracks will be decent, and I think they improved enough for when Tex Avery got in. You know, and it's because it's interesting compared to Disney. Disney started off when he went on his own, of course, with Mickey Mouse. And yeah, I know he did Alice Comedies, Laugh-O-Grams, the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, but that was a separate thing. But if I was starting, you know, Walt Disney Studios proper, yeah, Mickey Mouse, big star, straight away, bang. And if you want to see me comment on a few of those, check out Blue Genocid's channel, because he's done the first 13, and I'm on a few of those tracks. So, but then later on, you know, when I did 200 or so commentaries solo, you know, I then decided I was going to team up with various people for the odd commentary here and there, and I will do a bit of a thank you later on for everyone. And now it seems I just do a track with at least other one other person, and this is probably going to answer a question that might come up as to why I've gone from being a solo commentator to now teaming up on just about every single one. And I just think it was just a natural evolution. It just, it's just, I don't believe in fighting evolution. You know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I think the tracks work even better. And, you know, it was unplanned, but I think the tracks actually are getting better because you're getting more points of view. You know, like recently I've had Steph on a few commentaries, and, you know, she knows her music way better than me. And, you know, what better way to do the music-themed ones and bring someone who knows their music. You know, for example, and, you know, and I can bounce things between me and whoever's on the track with me at the time, and, you know, we can crack some jokes and have some fun. But look, I am proud of my solo tracks, though, and I still think, you know, doing 200 of them in a row, give or take, by myself is still an accomplishment I'm proud of. So, I'll answer a few questions before I continue. So let me see here. Let's see. It was nice to see Bugs after 3 days of straight up spot gags. Yeah, you're not kidding. Spot gags, what I'm finding with them is, if you just watch it once in a blue moon, if it just happens to be on TV, you'll have a bit of your laugh and see you later. But when you're watching them constantly, they get very tiring. Because some of the gags are funny, you'll laugh at them. Like that, I don't know if you like that thumbnail I did yesterday of the beefcake. I mean, come on, you know. I've been putting all these, you know, sexy women on the thumbnails. I got to do something for the other team, you know. But anyway, just thought I'd have a bit of fun with that. So, I mean, that gag was funny, but then there was a few other gags that weren't. So, let's have a look. Clamp it all the way for Daffy and Bugs, but Chuck comes close, fair enough. Favorite Australian band or artists? I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, there are quite a few, you know, Australian artists now. I mean, do the Bee Gees sort of count? I mean, I know they were born in the Isle of Man, but then they came to Australia. I don't know if the Bee Gees count, because my favourite movie of all time is Saturday Night Fever, so they feature on there. So that would be my answer if it counts. If not, I'll have to get back to you there, Steph. Droopy and Screwy Squirrel, they're fun in small doses. In fact, Tex is actually great, but in small doses, I find. Let's see. I was discovered. I'm looking for a full upload of Page Miss Glory. Yeah, I'm probably the only one because of the whole copyright situation. Austin, I don't know where your question is, buddy. I must have missed it. Can I upload Bird Cam COD with no blue ribbon? Yeah, sure. I'll do that because I know you're desperate for it. In fact, it's actually got one downvote. I reckon it was you downvoting it, Austin, and not someone who had a bit of a hissy fit that it wasn't the pure cartoon. Let me see. Oh boy, the next Psychopath Theatre won't be Popeye. At 300, it's going to be the 1999 Sonic movie. Yeah, look, I think that'll be fun. I really do. You know, and I love the idea of Psychopath Theatre. It's just a way to just chill, and I'm sure Blue would be understanding if I mentioned that we actually did a watch through of the Tom and Jerry movie, that 1992 one, because I had never actually seen it. So I was watching it, going in there almost completely blind, but there are some copyright issues with that one, so we're going to try and work it out. So, yeah, let's see. Australia isn't real. No, I'm actually in a bunker in the middle of Virginia. Let's see. I love the early Bee Gees stuff and sound like Beatles. He goes, I started a joke. Yeah. I like pretty much all the Bee Gees. I had the opportunity to see them in concert, which turned out to be one of the last few, and it was here in Melbourne. I'm disappointed. I really am. But Anyway, yes, I hate Shrek. I hate it with a passion. And I will say something about that very shortly. Favorite color? I don't know. Whatever's yours, I suppose. I honestly don't have one. I guess it's one of my kids' favorite colors. Let's see, Toon Disney. We had something similar in Australia, but you gotta go. Snazzy's animation channel. Well, hey, thanks for dropping by. I will upload all this later on. If you can always check out the rest of it later. Popeye, I would love to do. Has my wife seen my videos? Depends on which videos you are talking about. I'm assuming you mean the YouTube stuff and not the ultra secret OnlyFans stuff. In which case, yes to both. Let me see. I saw the movie on YouTube. Favorite Bugs cartoon that I've done so far. I mean, look, today's one, Hold the Line, Please, is is one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm a huge Bugs fan, and I'm so glad I get to finally do that. Let me see. Only Shrek 1 and 3 for me. Only Shrek Donut for me. I can't stand him. Yeah, you would have been one of the few saying 3, because everyone, and including Blue, says that the second one I should at least give a chance because it's way better than the first. But I tell you, the first one put such a bad taste in my mouth that I just, can't do it. Alright, so I'll continue with this little speech and I'll sort of answer questions here and there. So, I mean, in this whole year, it's been full of ups and downs. I mean, thankfully, there weren't too many downs. I mean, the first downer was when I uploaded Riding Bosco, which is the oldest Warner Brothers cartoon that still is under copyright. And it became blocked. And I was like, what? I mean, they didn't copyright strike me or anything. They just said, look, it's blocked. And you don't get enough info from them saying, hey, you can challenge it. You're giving the impression it's like, nah, tough luck. But, I tried a few different things, adding more overlays than that, but it kept on getting blocked, and I just thought, you know what, I only have, at the time, maybe 100 subs or something. I'm going to just challenge it as fair use and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, And I went through the step-by-step process, which that itself is actually pretty decent because it goes through, okay, is it this, is it this, is it this? It's actually quite good. So I wrote my reasoning and I saved it now as my template because I've used it each and every time. And then the next day I get an email saying, hey, it's cleared for fair use. And I did the next few as a test to see if it's not a fluke and they all cleared. So that was pretty good. Well, I mean, one didn't clear, which is Uncle Tom's Bungalow. And I'm going to do another test with that one. I actually tried to re-edit that. No go. They won't accept it, even when I challenge it. I'm going to try and do another track. And maybe I'll bring Fox or someone. And, And we'll see. We'll just see. And it's so weird because they approved Going to Heaven on a Mule. And that one's just atrocious. So, but, no, Warners have been good to me so far. And I know Blue's had a few issues with Tom and Jerry. But they seem to be okay right now. The other downer, and I don't want to turn this into some sort of a negative stream here, and the other downer was my association with He Who Shall Not Be Named. We did 5 commentaries together. It was then revealed he did some terrible things, which he himself admitted, so there's no doubts here. It's not like I'm taking only one side of the story and see you later. So, and I did a video about this a few months back, so I won't get into it. So, but weirdly enough, it was actually through his Discord that I met a few people I interact with today. So I suppose it's one positive I got from associating with that guy. It's really bizarre. And by the way, me and Blue have got our own Discord, and I'll even leave some details below. And it's a pretty fun place. We might get a few more people on board, and it should be good. But with the ups. The big one for me, and this is sort of on a personal level, where it was finding other like-minded people with the same interest when it comes to animation specifically. Until I did the channel, I was sort of on cartoon research here and there, but I didn't really interact with too many people. And, I've got a lot of friends here, which I know Blue will probably find hard to believe that I've actually got friends, but yes, I do. And, we've got other interests. You know, we go to movies and we, you know, I've had one of my friends, you know, hi Kevin, if you're watching, hello Kevin. You know, I've known him since high school, you know, and I'm going to be best man at his wedding, which I'm looking forward to, which will be good. But yeah, and you know, he likes animation and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of my friends do. But I want to interact with some people who on the next level, who, you know, to learn more about identifying animators and that sort of stuff. So, and you know, that's fine. You're going to have different friends, different interests, and I'm so glad now I'm involved in a community with other like-minded people, either here on YouTube, Discord, and so on. Now, let me have a look at a few more questions. Can I do a Mickey Mouse commentary? I've done a few over on Blue Genocide's channel, so check him out. He did the first 13, but I am on about 4 of them, and I do a big discussion with him on that. So, but one day I'll probably do that. Buddy died for our sins. Well, you know, I wonder if there is a religion out there about Buddy. Yeah, well, Blue's already corrected that. Am I still talking to Jerry Beck? On and off, yes. Let me see. Have I watched Quickjaw McGraw? I grew up on Quickjaw McGraw. Obviously not back in the late 50s, but on TV. And I think it's a crime, an absolute crime. And I'm sure Austin will agree with me here. It's a crime that that they're not released. I know why. There are music rights issues. That's confirmed. But if Disney can get the Muppets released, like 98 or 99% of it on Disney Plus, paying all those music rights to be used, surely Warner Brothers can pay for those rights for Quickjaw with McGraw. So, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, Uncle Tom's Burglar. Yep, it is the cursed commentary, which makes no sense. Oh. I'm back. I got some coffee and Tim Beats. Hey, my friend Kevin. That's my friend there, Kevin Wu. G'day, Kevin. I'm sure you're just like Clampett or Frizz's Tweety. I don't know. I like both. I like Clampett's deranged Tweety, and I also like Frizz's Tweety, how it complements the Sylvester. I'm just going to have another drink. You know, a bit of Pepsi Max I am celebrating. Would I ever watch the Looney Tunes show? Yes. Toonheads, I'm assuming you mean the original, that show back in the early 2000s. We never really got that, but the few Toonheads I've seen are on the Golden Collection. So, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to give a bit of a shout out to some of the people here. And if I've forgotten you, I do apologise, but these are the people that I worked with extra close on some of these commentaries and all that stuff, you know. So, I mean, first of all, my good friend Fox in the Fix from the Netherlands, you know, my Dutch brother from another mother. I mean, you know, he's actually one of, if not the first person to reach out to me when I was doing the buddy stuff, and, you know, we got along so well from the beginning, we still do. I mean, in fact, he actually noticed that a lot of the transfers I was using were lousy, like the Bosco one with the robot. And, yeah, the one, I ended up getting a much better transfer than that one. I mean, yikes, the difference was crazy. And, you know, he's helped me fix my collection, and he still does. And that's why I picked him as the first person I did a co-commentary with on Porky's Hare Hunt, which, you know, trial and error. The audio's a bit Skypey, but it was still pretty cool. And, of course, Austin Kelly. You know, he reached out to me with info and some shorts initially, and now he pays a major part of the channel to, you know, helping me with a lot of the research, you know. And I'm jealous to this day about how he can ID animators so easily, but, you know, he's helping me with that, among other things. And I'm still trying to wonder exactly when we started talking more. It's, I don't know, it blows my mind kind of thing. Alright, you know, S.E. McPeter, you know, he's joining me on a few tracks, you know, he's a lovely person to speak with regarding shorts, and, you know, he's joining me on a few tracks, you know. Sure, you know, he got one or two things wrong, but so did I, you know, whatever. Big whoop, you know, we just learn and move on. That's how you do these things. Steph Stilley, she's amazed me with her knowledge of music and, a lot of other factoids on the tracks that we've done together. And she's such a funny person outside of the channel as well, and finally I can have a woman's point of view as well. I actually do want to try and mix things up a bit, But Eli Copperman, he's such a funny guy with a lot of animation knowledge, and he's an animator in his own right. And, he's still studying and he's doing all these little projects and that. And I think he's done some pretty good stuff, and he is getting better all the time, and as one should. I also did an interview for his podcast, which was interesting, being on the other side of the fence and all that. So, and he actually introduced me as well to Luke Perkins. He's a nice kid. He's got some great knowledge on animation too. So, he's a sweet guy. And how could I forget, this guy is practically not even a guest anymore. I mean, I should pretty much crown him now co-host. I mean, if you want me to crown him co-host, make me in the comment. Make a comment there, I really want to see if I should say co-host Blue Genocide. I mean, how we actually met was just totally random. I mean, he was asking me, how the hell do I have these copyrighted works up on YouTube? And of course, my answer was big bags of money. And I also checked out his channel. It was, a little bit raw at the time, but, he had started out too, and I can see the potential in what he was doing. I even said, hey, Fox, check this guy out. I even shared him with Fox, and yeah, we both agreed. It's like, this guy is actually good, he'll only get better. And, eventually we teamed up from time to time on tracks, and now he's like 99% of them. But, in return, I do stuff on his channel, like we're looking at all the Tom and Jerry shorts and that, and I just think we bounce off each other really well. And let me know in the chat if you agree whether we bounce off each other pretty well. I mean, not every single commentary is going to be perfect. Some shorts are just harder to talk about than others, but it's fun. And all these people. I initially wanted to push the name Hobo Gadget Band because I just love that name so much, but for some reason now we're the Psychopath Theatre Group. I mean, go figure. And it was all because of that stupid video thing that Blue found at random. It's just crazy. So let's answer a few other questions before I give a few more shout outs. Let's have a look. Let me see. Only 5 Timbits. So you didn't bring enough to share, Blue. That's not very Canadian of you. When you're done with Looney Tunes, you can always do the commentaries for every Simpsons episode. Oh boy. I mean, I know that the creators themselves did like the first 19 are available, but it's my understanding that they have done more commentaries, but for some reason they're not on. They should be on Disney Plus. I mean, I don't know why they haven't put them up there yet. They definitely should. I mean, I prefer physical media releases for the rest of the seasons, preferably Blu-ray, but, whatever. I'll can't wait for the 2-year anniversary. Yep, where we'll be heading towards the tail end of it with the, 7 Arts period and all that. See, a cartoon series I wouldn't mind doing is actually Pink Panther. I started watching those, and they're actually not bad. It's quite clear that the Patty Freeling era, they must have just put more focus on the Pink Panther stuff and the Inspector and Aardvark and the Ant and all that sort of stuff. Way more than the stuff they're doing for Looney Tunes, like, work for hire kind of thing. Because I just think they just wanted to get those just out, and I think they were just burned out on it anyway. They worked on those characters for so long. And Daffy and Speedy, I mean, I know why they teamed up. Apparently, they were just 2 of the more popular characters and just want to put them together. They didn't want to use Bugs because apparently they had enough Bugs shorts to be able to recirculate or whatever the case was. Let me see. Most of the Buddy transfers used are absolutely 4K quality masterpieces. Yeah. They're beautiful, especially Buddy the Gob. I mean, the irony there, though, is I think that atrocious transfer is kind of appropriate for such an atrocious cartoon, which was Friz Freeling's first cartoon. And what is it? Yeah, we'll make fun of the Chinese. Why not? Why not? Go away. Alright, I like your Tom and Jerry videos. I mean, it's great. Eighth Man DVD stuff. All I can say about those videos is, well, no comment. I will say that. You know, he can do what he wants. That's, you know, he can upload whatever. It's not my thing. Let's have a look here. Hey, thanks, man. Yep. There is going to be stuff released on my channel by Austin Kelly. So, let's have a look. Austin Blue and Steph are definitely nice people in the community. Oh, yeah, you know, I try and associate myself with the nicest people. Like, and you know, I hope I'm worthy enough to be in your company. I try and be as nice as I can. I mean, you know, when you get those stupid comments, you know, oh, sure, I'm trying to watch a cartoon. That doesn't hurt me in that. I've got a thick skin. I mean, I worked in insurance for 10 years, you know, dealing with insurance claims and angry customers. Car insurance, I should specify. But, you know, even then, I'm probably nicer than I should be when I'm telling those people off. I used to just delete them, but now I'm going to just call them out. I mean, no harassment. You know, I'm not gonna encourage people to now say, yeah, this person lives here. Let's send hate mail. No, just make a comment pointing out how stupid they are and then move on. Let's see. Nice having the internet and seeing other people obsessed with old cartoons. You ain't kidding there. My top 3 Golden Age directors out of all the studios. All the studios. Wow. It'll be hard to narrow it down. I mean, you know, Tex will probably be there. I do like Chuck Jones. I mean, even in his lesser cartoons later on, when he was writing for himself, like in the 70s, like, I love the look of those cartoons, even if I don't find them particularly funny. I like his Kipling adaptations. They were pretty good. And he worked with Orson Welles, one of them doing narration, so that was interesting. Let's have a look. Growing up with autism and special interests. I mean, look, it's not a real secret that I have Asperger's, so it's like a very, very mild form of autism, if I'm going to put it in some sort of description there. So basically means I can be absolutely brilliant on certain things, but absolutely just horrible on other things, you know. But anyway, I am what I am, and I'm proud of it. And you know, if people have a problem with me, they can, as we say in Australia, they can get stuffed. So, and you know, if you have autism, you know, watching me now, you know, be proud of who you are. You know, don't let anyone try and change you. You know. Love you for who you are. Let me see what else is here. Okay, serious question. Oh, finally, Austin, you're going to do a serious question. All right, so what's my personal favorite video of mine? You know, I love that live video I did with Fox. That stupid Groovy Ghoulies video. That was so much fun. I love doing the year in review videos. I mean, they're a lot of work, but man, I enjoy doing them. Yeah, I really do. Will I do commentaries for SpongeBob SquarePants? I haven't actually watched too many. I've seen a few in the first season and odd episodes here and there. I like the one where Sandy, for some reason, didn't have a skin, so Plankton took over her fur, her skin, whatever, and she just did that facial expression, just like that. It was something that I thought that was hysterical, but yeah. Alright, Hanna-Barbera. I would love to do early Hanna-Barbera. I was even planning to do a bit of a review on the Scooby-Doo Where Are You Blu-ray episodes, because I actually watched all of them, and I don't know, I would probably rather watch Buddy again, but anyway. But no motivation. I mean, I probably really need an editor to do more stuff, but I'm not the kind of person that's going to go, hey, you want to edit for free so I can, you know... but you'll get credited. No, that's just It's just like asking an artist, oh, can you design this for me? I know it's going to take you many hours of your time, but hey, you'll get promoted. No. Let me see. Cool Cat versus Pink Panther. Well, Cool Cat is Cool Cat, but Pink Panther is pink, so I guess Pink Panther wins. Huckleberry Hound. Huckleberry Hound. I love Huckleberry Hound. How do I keep up with the new HBO Max uploads? See, Fox helps me with a lot of that, but also there are a few communities out there dealing with news when it comes in regarding this sort of stuff. Like, only I think yesterday or the day before, HBO Max announced what's going on their thing, what's leaving. So maybe go on HBO Max's Facebook page, and they should be releasing their monthly ins and outs. MGM, definitely. Maybe I should, let me know, if I was to do MGM, I would love to do Tom and Jerry. I'll be kind of doubling up, though, because I did a lot of them with Blue, but any excuse to watch them again, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, yes, Asperger's brothers, yay. The way I see it is, a lot of people have long suspected Kubrick had Asperger's, so, it's not confirmed, but it would explain a lot. Let's have a look. Thoughts on modern cartoons and the current art style. Some of it's good, but some of it I can't stand. And I don't mean in a ranting, raving way, because, I'm of the view, if people like something, I'm not going to trash on it. See, Adventure Time, I'll give you one example, I'm not a fan of. People have been saying to me, oh, it's the most, fantastic thing. Great stories and that. And I'm sure the stories are great. I'm sure they are, but yeah, I can't get past the design of the main character. I think Finn's his name. I just don't like the beady eyes and the long arms with the nubby little fingers. It's just, I don't know, I think it's creepy. It just doesn't work. I tried a few episodes. It just doesn't work for me. But some of the modern art styles are, is genuinely good. Like, if you watch Wolfwalkers on Apple TV, it's a masterpiece. A rare 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love it. Sorry, I just got scratching my nose a bit here. But, I take, as with anything, I will watch everything as I go along. I'll say, hey, this looks great. Nah, this is not that good. And just move on. If I don't like something, I don't rant and rave, I just move on, And less said about the Powerpuff Girls 2016 version, the better. That was just terrible. Alright, let me see. I'll answer a few more before I do some more shout-outs. Let's see. Waiting for Jerry Beck to remaster the Groovy Ghoulies. I spoke to Jerry about that. For some reason, we were supposed to talk about the first 250 Looney Tunes at first, but we were talking for like at least 20 minutes about it. And then we both realized, it's like, what are we doing? Why are we talking about it? Right, the original negative may not exist. It's Filmation, They're a mark of quality next to Seven Arts and a few others. Gotham series. No, I haven't, unfortunately. I think I've cut out... Yeah, I think I cut out. Sorry, guys. Not sure what happened here. Oh, should be okay now. Alright, can you hear me now? Because it's saying the upload is fine. Okay. Alright, we should... So can everyone hear me? It's fine now? Okay. Yeah, because I know I stopped for a few moments. Okay, now it's excellent condition. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Alright, so let me see. Art. Yeah, I recently upgraded my thing. I mean, I'll tell you guys a little story why I changed my avatar. I see, years back when, John Kay was sort of, God. This was before I read about what had happened, before I read about, obviously what terrible things he did. I actually spoke with John a few times, and everything seemed normal. We'll just, interacting, fine, great, I spoke with him, but I actually got a commission off of him, and so my original avatar was that part which I cropped, and I just got to thinking later on. I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe that wasn't really a good idea. I mean, given what he's done, so I just thought, nah, that was I need to move on from that, and I commissioned my good friend Kevin to draw for me. So let me see. Feel free to skip the Chuck Jones Tom and Jerry's. I will say they look good. They do look really good, but yeah, even Chuck admitted he never really got the characters. The ones where it was more Wily, like Roadrunner, in terms of gags, those were good, but some of the others are not. I do like the one with the tiny little dog where you think it's gonna be a big dog, but it ends up being a tiny one. That one's pretty good. All right, regular show I haven't seen. Austin, I should see it. 62-63 Tom and Jerry's. Yes, with the late Gene Deitch, who I have spoken once or twice. Alright, everything's working, good. Alright, and yeah, with John Kay, I mean, there's no question he is a great artist. Let's not kid ourselves. I think his caricaturing skills are amazing, but yeah, as a person, no. Now, one of the other highlights for this year are people I got to meet during the year that I never thought I would have a chance of meeting, at least not for a while, Because one question you guys may be asking, yes, I have spoken with Trevor Thompson, okay, the Looney Tunes critic, I have spoken with him. I enjoy a lot of his content. I don't agree with him on everything, he knows that, but you know what, that's how it is, we agree to disagree. I don't hate Space Jam as much as him. I mean, it is a terrible film, but I'm nostalgic for it, because that's actually my first Looney Tunes property I got to see on the big screen. So... we actually recorded something which I'm going to announce very shortly, but even in my early days, like without me asking him, he actually promoted, he actually promoted my channel. Like he actually said, hey, check this guy out. He's doing some good stuff. That's what he was saying, and I thought, oh, that's nice. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to. And, just name dropping here and there. And, even when he stopped doing his commentary tracks, I know he came back for Pepe Le Pew, but he ended up, because those were, unreleased, so he decided to do those. But he referred people to me to watch my tracks, which is, he's a great guy. He really is. We speak a lot. And I also got a chance to speak with Fat Komorowski, who... He wrote one of my favorite books, called Sick Little Monkeys. If you haven't read that, definitely read it, because even if you're not a fan of Ren and Stimpy, it's just a fascinating book, It just is, and it opened my eyes about John Kay and everything well before Robin Bird and Katie Rice Bravely came forward with their stories and what had actually happened. And Thad, just such a nice person to speak with. In fact, this weekend, I'm going to be releasing, finally, the podcast episode we did. Me, Trevor, Thad, and Austin Cowley, we talk in a podcast episode called Going Against the Tide. So we each pick an animated film that we hate, but everyone else, loves, but also a film that we love that everyone else hates or dislikes or whatever. And, this should also prove, despite what you see on Thad's Twitter feed, no, he does not hate everything. Okay, I know it seems like it, but no. I'm going to prove right here, at least he likes one thing, But look, he's just passionate about animation, and he happens to have strong opinions, and I don't agree with a lot of his opinions, but it is interesting to see his opposing point of view, especially to things that are beloved by the community at large, So, I've also spoken with Devin Baxter many times, he's provided me with copies of some shorts, which I'm going to actually do some live commentaries later, assuming the stream doesn't stuff up, but, he's such a great guy, he's so knowledgeable. I mean, if you haven't checked out his Patreon, do so. You will learn a lot from there, and his cartoon research articles are great read as well. I mean, he's also on Twitter. Give him a follow. Seriously, if you're going to follow someone and learn about animation, yeah, definitely give him a follow. I've spoken with Keith Scott, who he's a voice actor, impressionist, and he's also an expert on voiceovers, especially in early cartoon shorts, And, he's been happy to answer some of my questions as well. And if you go to his website, I think it's keithscott.com.au, he's got a few videos there of his impressions. I mean, they're so darn good. I mean, he is also the voice of Bullwinkle. And he worked with the late, great June Foray as well in the movie. And I even got a chance to speak with Jerry Beck. And here's the weird thing. It was such an amazing experience. And I learned a lot. And, we chat for like an hour and a half, and he gave up part of his Sunday for me, and he's a very busy guy. He didn't have to do this, but he did, and, I'm always grateful for that, and I hope to do that again once I reach my 500th. And I have to remind myself, no, I'm not watching a special feature here, because I'm so used to seeing his face, all these special features, but, yeah. And, of course, my biggest thank you has to be to my own family, for their support in this endeavor I'm doing, because I run this channel. I also have an online comic book shop, here in Australia, and last year, because of the pandemic, we had a big lockdown. I also had to homeschool my 2 kids. My wife was an essential worker. She is an essential worker. She works in childcare, or as you Americans might say, daycare, and so she was working, and so I had to help my kids. My youngest at the time was in grade prep, so sort of, for you Americans, I think it's like one above kindergarten, like a preparation foundation sort of class. And my daughter was in grade 1. So this year they're grade 1 and grade 2. But we worked together as a team, and things turned out great. And look, the sub count, it's over 1,500. I think it's like 1,530 or something like that. How did that happen? Thanks to all my supporters, you guys who are on here, obviously, and to those who, couldn't make this, and that's fine. I will have this playback there. So, hey, the best is yet to come. I think what's happening here is a strong foundation. So, yeah, let's go back to some of these questions, and then we can maybe even do a commentary. Let's see. We should do a commentary on Yellow Submarine one day. Oh boy, I love Yellow Submarine. Ho. If I ever do like a top 5 or top 10 animated films that are not Disney, Pixar, whatever, Yellow Submarine would be probably number 1 or very close. Wolfwalkers will probably be there. That's how much of an impact that had. But Yellow Submarine, my goodness. I'm not sure how on earth I would get that on YouTube, though. Even if the film went up, the music would be probably troublesome. You can separate an artist from his work. Yeah, absolutely. And I still do. I'm still a fan of Woody Allen films. I'm not ashamed to admit it. In fact, you can probably even see behind me, I've got a whole stack of Woody Allen films. And that, I'm not going to get into the whole debate over that new documentary and that sort of thing, but as a filmmaker, solid. Hitchcock was a jerk. His output is mostly solid. Kubrick apparently was a jerk a lot of the time. Yeah, he's probably my favourite director. So, let's see, what else? I think I answered this before, which Looney Tunes director I like the most. I think, I'm leaning more towards Frizz, actually, weirdly enough. I think as you get older, you sort of appreciate Frizz more. Let's see, Family 1933, yeah. Yeah, his video on Porky Pig 101 is really good. That was actually my first video when I counted Trev, believe it or not. He's he makes a good point, Alright, they could have done better with it, but at least Jerry was also there to put things into perspective. But anyway. Why do I hold... Kevin, you naughty boy. Why do I hold Space Jam as a masterpiece? I never said it was a masterpiece, mate. No, it's a nostalgia thing. First Looney Tunes thing, seeing it back in 1996 on the big screen. It's also got a killer soundtrack. I'm not big on rap or hip hop or anything, but that soundtrack actually worked. Let's see. You guys were great in podcasts, but I stunk. Well, look. I think you did great, Austin. Yes, three of us probably spoke a lot more, but whatever. You're fine. In all the cities, do I have a copy of 50 Shades of Grey? Actually, I do, but that is my wife's copy. And I know a lot of you are going to say now, sure, it's your wife's copy. Sure. Let me see. If your heart is palpitating, definitely, call an ambulance. Will I do the MGM Happy Harmony series? Maybe. And I agree with Blue here. Yeah, you just gotta watch a lot of the stuff. I know some of the Disney stuff seem unappealing, but I would recommend, and for anyone watching, not just you, Austin, but definitely the first 5 that Walt had heavy involvement with, definitely check them out, which is Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi. Those 5, they're among the best. And I know the restoration on a lot of those has left much to be desired, but they're still great films. But give them a watch. Maybe I should do something with Austin where every week we can sort of remark on some of these films. Let me see what else. How many hours a day does it take to produce these commentaries? It's become like a factory. I think it's funny how it's become that way. When I was first doing them, I was sort of second guessing myself a lot, so it took a lot longer. But now I can produce anywhere between 5 to 7 in a day. But if there were buddy shorts, no. But what else have we got? I was looking for the redraws of Looney Tunes, and then I found some weird company redrew some of Bosco's. Yeah, I heard about that. Hey, thanks for subbing to the channel. It definitely means a lot. But yeah, as Blue said, yeah, we did about 7 in an hour and a half. I mean, again, this is what I was mentioning before about Blue. I mean, how him and I just get along so well, and we work so well that, yeah, we can do these things so quickly now. And post-production, see, I ended up buying a new computer last year. It was a good thing I did, because then the pandemic really hit, and it turned out I needed a better computer. But let me see. It takes... First, see, what I do is this. Okay, so I record in batches. Okay, I use a thing called Zencaster. So if any of you are interested in doing your own thing, but you want to, because of the pandemic, but you want to sort of have a bit of an online chat, Zencaster is a good way to do it, because you talk to each other as though you're on Skype, but what the program does as well is record both or more participants locally. And then once everything's done, everything's uploaded, and then you've got these really good quality tracks, and it almost sounds like you're in the same room with that person. Almost. but it's damn good. But typically, like, it takes about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to process a commentary on this computer. Like I said, it's a pretty solid computer. It's a Mac Mini, Intel i7, and 64 megabytes of RAM, or I don't know, whatever it is. it's 64, okay? It is upgradable to 128, so sort of maybe on the third year I might get it upgraded. But it processes pretty quickly, so I first listen back to it. I have to make sure I remove any flubs, and make sure it's all, the track works good. I'll let it process, and then I let it upload. That takes maybe 10-15 minutes, depending on my internet connection, and then, I just type all the stuff out. So, all in all, I'd say maybe half an hour to 45 minutes in total per track, but there is a lot of overlaps. While one's uploading, I'm listening back to another, so that should give you an idea. Let me see. Miss Frank Tashlin. Yeah, I can't wait till he comes back. And yeah, Space Jam, as I mentioned, Blue. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely suitable. It's the right track for the film. Whereas the newest Tom and Jerry movie, the soundtrack wasn't that good. And I get it. The director is also a person of color and that, and I like the fact he got all these people who you wouldn't expect to voice the side characters. I think a lot of them were rappers or hip hop artists and all that stuff. I mean, that part was great and that, but the soundtrack itself, just, I don't know, it didn't blend with the movie, which was, as Blue told me, it's essentially like an early 2000s rom-com that somehow has Tom and Jerry in it. It's not very good. Not very good. But I will watch new Space Jam. Let's have a look. And I wonder if Michael Jordan will make a cameo in the new Space Jam. That would be interesting. Favorite voice actor? Everyone says Mel Blanc. I like Paul Frees. Paul Frees, his range, my goodness. Like, he apparently had like 4-octave range. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's see. Hello, Funny Man Timmy. Let's see. If I had to do the buddies again, well, I don't think I'll ever do the buddies again, but anyway. Man, just nuts. Okay, so in terms of monetization, yeah, look, how that works, this is just generally speaking, so you need 1,000 subs. You also need 4,000 hours of watch time per year. And, and I really want to get Blue to his goal as well. And this actually is a bad thing for me in technically, because it means I have to do that stupid Shrek thing, and I hate Shrek. In fact, if you want to know why, listen to the podcast I'm going to release this weekend, because it does explain why. That is the film I picked that I hate that everyone else loves. And, thanks for the super chat there, Ian. That's much appreciated. You don't have to do that, but it's very much appreciated. See, Austin knows who I'm talking about. Paul Frees, yeah, just fantastic. All right, so my thoughts on the old Mickey Mouse short compared to the Mickey Mouse TV show. I'm assuming you mean the current Mickey Mouse cartoons that were released. If that's the case, I adore them. I absolutely love it. I mean, I have a completely 180 opinion to that on that one, but I think they're incredible, and they get a lot better. And it's just got these weird and wonderful jokes in them, but I absolutely enjoy it. Let's see here. I love it that the younger generations have the same passion for it. Hey, look. I think as long as they're around, you'll always find people who love them. I mean, even to this day, like I'm part of a Buster Keaton fan club, you know. And how old's his stuff? You know, I'm a huge Buster Keaton fan. It's my dream one day to eventually find a Buster Keaton autograph for my collection. No, 4,000 hours. Sorry, 4,000. Might be my accent. Maybe I misspoke. But no, 4,000, and it is achievable. But like, it might seem daunting when you look at those things that show you how many hours you've done. But you know, how did I manage to track down uncut digital copies of all the cartoons? I had to do it way back in the day. I'm sure, Matt. Hey, Matt. By the way, I'm also a huge fan of what you do, Matt. You know, maybe one day we should do one of these tracks together if you're up for it. I would love that. Let's have a look. So shall we do a few commentaries? Yeah. Who's up for some fun commentaries? You know, I've got to remember there's a 20-second delay. I've got to wait for the tracks to come up. Lonesome Stranger. Yeah, I gotta do that one. But let me know, because I'm thinking of doing a bit of a warm-up on any Bonds today. I didn't want to include it as part of the regular series, but I thought, you know, as a warm-up, it's a very quick one. Let's just do that one. And then I'm going to do two shorts that are basically not Looney Tunes, but they are public domains, so YouTube's not going to give me that warning saying, you know, hey, you got to stop showing this or else we'll stop your feed, because that's what apparently happened. So, all right, I'm going to Any Bonds today. It's such a catchy song, such a catchy song. But see what I have here. It's a Batman book this time. You know, I actually had a Mickey Mouse one before, but basically what I do, look, it's Doctor's handwriting, so you're not going to understand any of it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get used to this. So basically what I do, I just jot down notes in here. You guys if you guys looked at this, you'd be like, how on earth can I even read this? But they're just quick notes, you know, because how I'll do these commentaries is this. Okay, I'll first watch the cartoon. Obviously, you know, even if I've seen it before, refresh my memory. And yeah, Fox, look, it's obviously really late for you. If you can't stick around, that's fine. I mean, it's like you'd be probably 1 a.m. where you are. I mean, that's dedication right there, you know. Let's see, but yeah, Matt, we'll have a chat about it at some point for sure. I would love to do that, because I think you were with Trevor on one. I think that's where I saw you once. Forgot what it was for though, but you can correct me on that if I'm wrong. See, Private Snafu, I will probably do those. Maybe if you guys are enjoying these live streams, I might even do those live. Maybe 2 or 3 of those each and every time. That'll be fun. But yeah. So I watch the short. I jot my notes down. I do a bit of research. No, I don't just go to IMDb and just copy whatever's there. That's lazy. I do use it as a springboard, but then I check a few other research sites just to clarify a few things, and go from there. And Bunny Bear, well, you know. Now we're gonna see how this will work, because I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna sort of do it as though no one's watching me. I'll start taking off my shirt. No, I won't do that. That's for my OnlyFans account. But and then I'll just record my my thoughts on it as I go along. So I hope this works, because I pre-did it. So, and I'm gonna write. I'm gonna do my usual introduction. Hey, welcome to another commentary. You know, this is directed by Bob Clamp, blah 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 blah, and we go from there. All right, so let's do it in 3, 2, 1. No, will it work? Hold on. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear that too. So this is a commentary on Any Bonds Today, directed by Bob Clampett, and this was released in 1942. It was actually made not long after Pearl Harbor, and I'll tell you what, it's got some wonderful song, you know, Any Bonds Today. And, you know, you see this pretty often, but this particular print is taken from the Laserdisc, where it's got an uncut version, like a blackface sort of... Well, you know, I don't know why on earth Clampett was possessed to do that, but we've got some wonderful animation here as well. Just look at that dance. It's just amazing. But think of it this way. If this was started production at the end of 1941, I mean, Bugs Bunny was in mid-1940, and how quick his star has risen that they use him for this song versus Porky Pig. We do see Porky, and we do see Fat Elmer, but yeah, this is the unfortunate part, of course. But Porky's now in the back. I mean, he was their major star, and yeah, he just they now put him in the back. There he is. So he's still somewhat a star, but no, Bugs, this has well and truly taken over. So yep, a nice little propaganda short, great song. And make sure you buy your savings bond and stamps. So there you go. How was that? Let me know if the sound quality was good on that, because I actually can't hear the sound. I'm looking at purely at the audio mixer part to tell me how loud it is. So there you go. Yeah. That was just so random, that blackface. Like, why? Why? I don't know. And that and what I was talking about just now, that was all, you know, stream of consciousness. That's just go in and do it. So yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? Was that good? Yes? No? Oh yes, I'm no fan of blackface either. Random player. I'm no fan of it. That's for sure. But I gotta do them all. Good, bad, and ugly. Good, bad, and ugly. Pretty good. Alright, so thanks to Devin Baxter. He's given me two shorts. The first short I'm going to do is actually a good one. I said to him, can you give me one that's good and one that's not? That's in the public domain. That's not Looney Tunes. Let's just do something completely different and see how I go with them. And yeah, we can take a look at it. The first one is Cheeseburglar. So that's, you know, and I think the print you're going to see comes from Steve Stanchville, I think. So, if it is, then definitely, you know, go and buy it. I'm not sure if it's available from his store anymore, but for the purposes of the commentary, though, I'm just using it there. So, but I'm assuming it's his. So, let's do the Cheeseburglar. Well, exactly, Matt. Exactly. The blackface gag, like the Jazz Singer was released, like, what, 10 years, 12 years prior? Like, come on. You know? I mean, I know that they will do, that Frizz will still use, like, an Al Jolson thing later on. I think it's, you know, what was it? Curtain Raiser. You know, and little daffodils. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's get into Cheeseburglar, and I'm going to do this live, and we're going to have some fun. And okay, so 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, this is a commentary for Cheeseburglar, released in 1946, and it's a Paramount novel tune, directed by Izzy Sparber, although I think Jim Tyler, who has some animation involvement in this. Might have done some parts of the directing. That's what I was looking at. I can't confirm that. If anyone knows otherwise, let me know. But yeah, Cheese Burglar. And I gotta say, I hadn't seen this one before, but gotta love Herman. Gotta love Herman. I believe Herman's voiced by Arnold Stang, and Arnold Stang would eventually voice Top Cat. And he would be in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, and I think the dog is voiced by Jackson Beck. It sounds like him, who was one of the voices of Bluto around this time at Paramount. And I gotta say, I love the idea of this short, that you have a cat and dog who are just friends straight away. What a great idea. What a great idea. Like, but I gotta say, those guns that look really wonky in terms of the animation, though, they just look off. They look really off. I mean, there is some nice animation here, but to be sure, but the guns just don't quite work out for me. So, with Herman, later on, in a few years' time, Herman would be teamed up with Catnip, and then they would make some of the most bizarre, like, weird Tom and Jerry type shorts, like if they were extra, extra violent. In fact, they would be used for, I believe that they were an inspiration for Itchy and Scratchy in The Simpsons. I love the animation. He just ties up his little thing there. But yeah, with this short, it's interesting because you sort of know where it's going to go. Where, okay, you know that the mouse is going to now try and turn against each other because, you know, they are supposedly mortal enemies and all that sort of stuff. But I do like how it just ends without. And yeah, Blue, I agree. The song is weird. I just realized because I can't actually hear it. I forgot all about the song. That's how I actually do these commentaries, by the way. I don't hear the cartoon. I have to remember what's being said a lot of the time. And I know it seems weird, but I have to sort of do it that way. You know. But this gag you wouldn't see in any cartoon these days. With the gas. I mean, that's pretty full on. I mean, when I saw this, I'm thinking, what is he trying to do? Kill the dog? It's a bit... like, couldn't he have just... I don't know. It's so weird. Yep, got some nice... it sounds like Bluto. It really does. I'm pretty sure it's him, but he's uncredited. It's just a casual gas mask wearing... I love the design of the cat though, and that angle too when he's holding up the gun. That's pretty good. Big smack right there. And yeah, look, Itchy and Scratchy was based off Herman and Catnip, not really Tom and Jerry. But wow, we even got like a knife fight in here. That's just crazy. He just wishes for their death. Like that's just morbid. It's like, why? But I do like how it doesn't go on too long about them two now getting into a fight. Like, they realize pretty quickly, hey, we've been had. And even the knives are kind of wonky too. I don't know what's up with that. Reminds me of that Tom and Jerry short where Tom and Jerry are pretending to, you know, hurt each other. You know, and Mammy's in the next room, sort of listening in. Look at the facial expressions on the cat. Wow, just. and I like that gag. You think he's just going to do a nice, comfortable fall back, and he still hurts himself anyway. So good. But yeah, some of the timing's a bit off. But I think I admire this short more for just the idea of it versus the actual execution, which, you know, yeah, it could have been better. But if we're gonna have some booze jokes. We're gonna have some booze jokes. You can sort of picture what's gonna happen next. Oh, and it was a nice touch of the dog when he goes in, like the tail was wagging as well, like a real dog. You know, touches like that are great. Just now you know what to expect. You know what's going to happen. And that's a nice shot, by the way, from inside the bottle. I do like the backgrounds there. You can just imagine the background artist's assignment for the day. Hey, can you draw the inside of a bottle? Yeah, sure. And realistic background there. Don't even animate. I love when shorts and all that do that. But yeah, we're going to end up with everyone being drunk because, you know, why not? Why not? So, yeah. Just, they're all going to be friends now. And the mouse, you know, the mouse wanted them dead not long ago. But now, let these three mortal enemies now be friends. So weird, just the two characters going in front of one another and all that. And now they got red noses too. Wonderful. So, I think that'll do it for that one. Because we're going to see Drunk Herman. Let's make that a meme. Drunk Herman. With a love heart at the end. Perfect touch. No, not a bad short. Not a bad short. So, yeah. There you go. There we go. Let me have a look at some of these comments now before the new next one. Which do I think is the best, Fleischer or Warner Brothers? I like both for different reasons. I can't really say which one I like the best. I mean, probably Warner Brothers is my favourite, but because I watched them more as a kid versus, you know, Bugs Bunny, like versus Popeye. But I actually rediscovered Popeye much later. Let's see. Yep, pun on cheeseburger, alright. Yeah, of course you get excited because of cheeseburger. I mean, speaking of which, it'd be probably lunch soon. I'm going to do one more commentary and then we'll probably wrap it up so I can actually, you know, put some food in my belly. Let's see here. The song is just bad. So you have seen it, Blue. I hadn't seen it. Let's see, what else we got here? Yeah, timing, like I said, step is always a bit off. Drunk Herman hashtag. Yeah, I'm sure that'll trend. Yeah, like, you definitely close that fridge door. You're going to burn out the motor. How dry I am. Let's see. What is your favourite war cartoon? That's a very good question, and it's easily De Furious Face. That it's got Donald Duck in Nazi Land. I mean, come on, what's not to like about that? It's fantastic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I really do, because the next one I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna make Blue just insane. I'm not going to say what it is. You'd be like, what on earth? Like, I don't know who's going to kill first, me or Devon, for sending this to me. I haven't seen the Walter Lantz Oswallucky Rabbit. Should do a drunk commentary as an experiment someday. I've never actually been drunk, weirdly enough, so there's a little fact about me. I've tried once, and I don't think I tried hard enough, and I'm just like, nah, not me. Let's see. Alright, let's do it. I'll surprise you all with what it is, okay? I think you guys will go, what the? Alright. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So this is commentary on Rough on Rats, which is an Aesop fable released by the Van Buren Studios in 1933, which I believe is the last Aesop Fable. I think they used the title card in a few Cubby the Bear cartoons, but for all intents and purposes, it's the last one. The director is Harry Bailey, who I tried to look up. Apparently, I think he's like a real mystery in the community. So, yeah. There you go. Alright. So, Van Buren, 1933. If you look at this cartoon, and if I didn't tell you the year, would you believe it's 1933? Probably not. You'd probably tell me it's late 20s. And I wouldn't blame you, because it seems to me that the artists at this studio just did not evolve from the 20s style of doing things. I mean, heck, look at the Boscos of 33. They weren't perfect, but they evolved. There was some progression with the harmonizing studios. You know, Disney evolved, of course. That's a no-brainer there. But wow, I mean, this one is essentially a silent cartoon that just happens to have music and some sound effects on the print. That's it. Now, I think this print is also Steve Stanchfield, so if it is, then yeah, let me know. But wow, like this short suffers from similar problems to a lot of cartoons of this era, like even some of the Boscos at Looney Tunes, where there'll just be a lot of fluff. The characters will just fluff around with no real story. Something minor happens at the end, and then that's pretty much it. And that's that. I mean, I don't know, these cats, there's no personality, but you can sort of live with that here. And by the way, Rough on Rats, I believe, is also a rat, name of a rat poison. And Devin was telling me that there's even a famous story around the 30s of someone poisoning, like killing someone with that sort of poison, which is, interesting. Let's see. This one it is harder to talk about because there really is. It's just them few shenanigans. I do like the animation of the cycle there, but it's really not really that exciting. But this short also just shows a lot of the shortcomings of the animation style. In some shots, they're actually reasonable, and in other shots, yeah, very silent animation, mid-20s. I will say, it's good. It's interesting that they've done this fight paper bit here, because it actually does set up what happens later, which you don't see too often in these cartoons at the time. In fact, this cartoon gets better, quote unquote, once the rat comes into it, and wow. So now this is going to lead us to the bad guys, so to speak. That's going to come up here, but great animation on the on the keys there. Steph can tell me if the keys they're hitting are accurate or not. Okay, we all know this is not the catnip mouse. We're going to see. I think this is just disturbing what we're about to see, by the way. A rat that's so much bigger than them. I know, granted, yes, rats can grow pretty big, and, when kids are really young, some of them can be bigger, but this is just ridiculous. And why has he got this mask on? This is just brutal. That's just brutal. Best English walnuts. If you look at it, it looks like so close to having its head chopped off. Like if you look after this cheese bit, look how close the head gets. So look, it goes forward, and yeah, by all rights, the cat's dead. The cat is basically dead. But no, it somehow went back. But, okay. And now it's just basically 2 minutes of them torturing this rat. And that's it. That's all it is. It's kind of similar to a lot of the Merry Melodies at the time, where they were just doing this like they'll just do this thing in a store or whatever the situation, and then they'll introduce a bad guy in the last bit, and then there'll just be a big fight, and then that's pretty much it. Do I refund the price of admission? Ian, no refunds. Sorry. You can blame Devon for sharing this one with me. I like some of the cycles here, though, with this. Like, they're just basically torturing a rat. That's it. Like, that's all there is to it. They even hang a rat, and they even show a cat smoking a cigar. El Ropa cigars. Is that even... I don't know, I mean, I'm not Spanish, so you guys can tell me if that's even a thing. El Ropa, does it mean something, or just someone being insensitive yet again? Now, here's this disturbing. Look at the eyes bulge out of this rat's face when he's hung. Yes, look at that. Wow. And there's the fly paper payoff. But do a freeze frame. It's like someone's watched a real hanging, which, hey, it's the early 30s, so someone might have been old enough to watch a real hanging in the 1800s or something. And now the kittens are just going to sing a cute little song, supposedly. Now it's all happy. Yeah. Wow. And then it's going to be really disturbing with this black cat at the end. And it kind of looked like they were giving us flipping the bird to all of us for a moment. Look at this. Whoa. Okay, cat. Sure. And yeah, bye-bye Van Buren Corporation, who I think only a few years later just stopped making the stuff. So yeah, there you go. Wow. That was a good one. That was a good one. What did you guys think of that one? I'll just wait till everyone... I'll just check all these... Yeah, there's no way the cats are playing those chords yet. I thought so. I'm no music expert, but, you know, I know enough, sort of like the equivalent of knowing some swear words in another language or something. That was a great Three Curious Kids short, yeah. I don't know. Now, what's my favourite Warner Brothers cartoon from 1964 to 1969? Oh, that's easy. Norman Normal, hands down. Nothing else compares. Yeah, meh. Yeah, still going on. You know, it's a real party. I mean, I will finish up in probably 10 minutes because it's nearly lunchtime for me here in Australia, so... Yeah. Three little kittens are happy and gay. Well, yeah, sure, why not? You know, it's just like the Flintstones having a gay old time. So yeah, well, I'm still here. Yeah, ask away. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer a few of them. I mean, I'll ask you guys, are you looking forward to hearing the podcast this weekend? I mean, it is nearly 2 hours long, so it's going to be both on YouTube, where it's just going to have like a basic title card thing, and then it's also going to be on in podcast form via Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. So just got back from a walk, didn't think it'd still be here. Well, it's a party. It's a real party. I figured it was going to be anywhere between 1.5 to 2 hours anyway. I remember seeing a YouTube video where it's Alibaba bound by the title for the year saying that Leon Schlesinger was a Zionist. No comment. I have no idea. Quickly do the clown Aesop ripoff where Minnie cheats on the... Oh, no. I'm not going to look it up now. I did the 3 commentaries, but... I mean, easily, look, the best of 3. I love the Annie Bonds today. That's just... As far as propaganda films go, that one's a treasure. I love it. Van Buren Gang was just phoning it in. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding, Ian. Oh, boy. But let's have a look. We've got 28 people. Like, I gotta say, this is pretty good. I mean, would you guys want me to do more of this sort of stuff? Because, I mean, I'm having fun. I'll even see if I can somehow get someone like Blue or whoever to even maybe join me. I got to figure out just how to do it, because I'm using OBS right now, and I'm sure me and oh, hey Devin. Oh, you missed it. Well, don't worry, Devin. I'll have this video available in a couple of days. Have I heard of Ferris Wheelhouse Looney Tunes critic? Yeah, I mentioned him before. Yep, and we're gonna have a podcast episode coming out this weekend. Like the format of the podcast, popular cartoons that you hate, unpopular cartoons that you love. Yeah, I just want to do something interesting. Something just. I'm just fascinated by the idea, because when it comes to live action movies, I love a lot of stuff that people hate, and I dislike a lot of stuff that people love. Like, I absolutely cannot stand Wes Anderson. I can't stand his work whatsoever, and yet people adore him, so, And yet, for whatever reason, I love bad Tim Burton films. I mean, yeah, they're bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to disagree with people saying, yeah, but there's this. No, I agree, but hey, I still get a kick out of watching them, so, yeah. Let's have a look. Do more, please. Yeah, I think I will. What was Mel Blanc's last cartoon that he voiced Bugs Bunny? I think it was in a television special, I think. I know he did a commercial, like a Daffy Duck, commercial involving Daffy Duck. I know that was the last time he did Daffy Duck, but Bugs Bunny, I think it was a television special. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Norman Normal is one of the early adult animations. Yeah, and Norman Normal, I kind of related to it because I saw a lot of people, they would just try and do things to stand out in the office, and it's similar to the guy saying, approval, approval, approval. How long would it take to watch every single Looney Tunes Mary Melody short from 1930 to 1969 in one sitting? So if you do, well, mathematically, I mean, how many would you do in an hour? Well, see, they're between 7 to 10 minutes each, give or take. Well, we'll say 6 minutes just for making mathematical, So, so 6 times 10 is 60. So we'll say 10 in an hour. It'd be longer than that, but whatever. So 10 in an hour and 24 hours in a day. So, in other words, impossible. There you go. Have I seen any Alfred Hitchcock films? Yeah, I've seen a few, and I love them. Pretty sure last time we did that, Bugs Bunny was in Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. See, I think he did it in another but there was another television special though that came out afterwards. I think that was his last time. I could be wrong. Yeah, my internet just randomly cut out there. I don't know what happened there. I have The Door. I've seen it, yes. Apparently, Bill Cosby produced that, I think. And it's amazing just how such a person, like, he created, Fat Albert, and, which sort of was helping kids at the time and all that sort of stuff, and yet, and then look at the kind of person he's ended up being convicted to be. So, yeah. And I don't know why my internet just disconnected like that. My modem just decided, nah, see you later. I'm going to reset. I don't care. It's like, why couldn't you do it later? Why couldn't you do it later? But I have seen The Door. The name of the podcast, it's the same name, Anthony's Animation Talk. Yeah, Gremlins from the Kremlin. I can't wait to do that short. Some beautiful animation in there. Especially Hitler's reaction to the Stalin's mask. I've always loved that. The Doors to do the music. That would have been weird. Just like it was weird that they just put a restored version of The Door on the Platinum Collection Volume 1, but there was no real rhyme and reason for it, because the Volume 1 was themed from after Chuck Jones. And they just put it in there. So, you know. But I think one thing I'll finish up on is, I'm going to say my prediction regarding upcoming releases. We know Warner Archive are working on Text Volume 3 because they said to themselves that they're in early stages of doing it. But obviously things can change. Just because they say that doesn't mean they can't just pull the pin from it. So definitely treat that as, until they literally say it's coming out, like 100%, we know it's in the back of their minds anyway. I would imagine the text stuff would have been very successful. But there was apparently another thing that might be coming through. And see, my prediction, and again, this is just speculation. I don't want people to take this as fact, because it's not. It's a rumor, just something I think would be in the works, and that's Tex Avery and Warner Brothers on Blu-ray as well. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense, because they've done all these remasters on HBO Max. Yes, we've got the stupid thing with the opening titles, that aside. But so many of them have been released even on MeTV and HBO Max. We know of more exist because they were on HBO Max for like 2 days before they removed it due to probably stereotypes. So I just think that that's going to be one of the releases, because with the pandemic being underway, they can just get these off the shelf things, maybe fix the titles and put on disc and then make some money. And it's not cheap to restore these things. So the fact that they're spending so much money restoring these cartoons, you'd think that they would want to recoup at least some of that investment back. I mean, yes, streaming, that's one thing, but also physical media. I understand the different departments have different, they don't talk to each other perhaps as efficiently. I know, I worked in an office, so I get it. But I would think, hang on, at least get some of your money back. But I just think the signs are there that we're going to be looking at a Tex at Warner's set. And if that does happen, will it include his Censored 11 stuff? Because he's got 3 Censored 11 shorts, including, Uncle Tom's Bungalow. So let's have a look. Some more comments here. But again, don't go around saying to people, hey, Anthony says it's coming. I don't know. I'm just speculating based on what I've seen out there. Let me see. See, Roadrunner set would make complete sense. See, they could do in Warner Archive things like text, because a lot of his stuff is problematic. You'll have like one spot gag thing with a black face, and it's like, really, Tex? Really? You had to do that? But on the flip side, you could have Warner Home Video do a complete Roadrunner set, Chuck Jones Roadrunner set, and have his Ralph and Wolf, Sam Sheepdog and Ralph Wolf shorts as bonuses, and maybe even the few Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote ones, and you got yourself a pretty darn good set, I would say. Let's see. Will there ever be a special Curious Puppies release? No. If they do one, I'll be sure to buy you one again and send it to your place. Let me see. Pointing out Scott Bradley. Look, with Curious Puppies, they're all restored. We know that for a fact. But I would like to think that if there was ever going to be like an early Chuck Jones Blu-ray set, that would be like one of the last things that they would release. I mean, that would look good in blue. Like, I know that even that set with the sniffles and all that, like, they look great. They look amazing, but they're not a great cartoon. Let's see. My favorite Looney Tunes DVD or Blu-ray set. I think the Bugs Bunny set that recently came out was very solid. I mean, Look, I know people whinge about the Funko Pop, but at least it's designed in such a way that you can just get rid of it and that's it. Just sell to someone. Who cares? Or do what Trevor did and destroy it. I don't know. But that's a great set. The 6 volumes of the Golden Collection are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. See, Porky 101, as much as flawed as it is, with that whole Porky's Tie Trouble music and a few bits and pieces, I think that set, is still pretty solid for what it is. Especially given the fact that at the time they didn't want to release anything, and Jerry had to really just knock down doors, Jerry Beck, and just to get this thing out there as it was, and we're not going to get Africa Squeaks, I think, on HBO Max anytime soon, but at least we have it, we've got it. And Art Davis said, well, that could make sense. I mean, I don't know how many he did altogether, but I would imagine it would fit in one nice, maybe single Blu-ray set, I would think. But yeah, I think Art Davis is great. I mean, one of my favorite cartoons is, is one that he did, oh, gee, thanks a lot, Louie. Yeah, Hulk House Bunny is pretty good. I love those restorations. Yeah, so 21, 22 cartoons, you can fit that in one disc easily. I mean, look at the Platinum Collection. They would have 25 on one disc. Put those cartoons on one Blu-ray disc. Do a special, have a special feature. I think he's done a special feature. They did one on the Golden Collection about Art Davis. Put that already in there. Maybe a couple more commentaries. I volunteer. But no. But in all seriousness, that would make a pretty good set. Ditto with McCabe, because McCabe's stuff is more problematic, and a lot of it's just due to the fact it's the war. He did a lot of the Hideki Tojo stereotype in there. The Ductators, which has been recorded, it's in the queue now over on the channel. I think that was a pretty solid short. It's one of his best, but the stereotypes are definitely there. Would they do a collection of 64, 69 Warner Brothers cartoons? I don't know. See ya, Aiden. But I don't really foresee them doing that. I mean, what will be released first, Buddy or that? I mean, I would say that would be like the scraping at the bottom of the barrel, really. But, all I can say about Buddy is, at least, I got Buddy's Bearcats in a really cool, really high quality scan, which I think that was from Steve Stanchfield's library, so at least there's that. So, yeah, so I'll probably finish in a few minutes. Any other questions, guys? This has been great, I should say. I might do these maybe once every, I don't know, month or two. I mean, how often should I do these? I don't want to make them. I do want to make them special. It's a shame that I can't do some of these, like some commentaries live. Like if it was like the 300th cartoon or something, that would be nice to do live with you guys watching. But if it's a copyrighted cartoon, I may get away with it because they don't tend to pick up on this stuff straight away, but I don't want to risk it. A McKimson Daffy set. Yeah, I like McKimson's Daffy stuff. I really do. Especially when Porky's involved. I mean, alright, post 53, McKimson stuff is not as good, but I don't know, I like his Daffy stuff. I think they're quite good. The world is holding its breath for the HD restoration of Solid Tin Toady. I hate to break this to you, Ian, but when they did a restoration for the Looney Tunes Superstar set, when they released, instead of doing the rest of the Chucks at the time, they just wanted to do the Patty Freeling stuff. It's on there, and it's in high definition on Boomerang, which I have captured, and I have it, so I can send it to you. If that is truly your wish. So it exists. I'd love for a public domain distributor like Stanchfield tackle the public domain early Boscos. I think there was a DVD set at one stage which did quite a few of the Boscos. I think so. But anyway. Let me see. What is the most overrated Looney Tunes short in my opinion? Ooh, that's a good one. That's actually a very good question. Because a lot of the ones that people think are the best, I actually do happen to enjoy. I don't like saying, oh, What's Up Doc is overrated. Like, it's not. Like, it was good, but overrated, we're going to define it as people rave on about how brilliant it is, but I watched it and I'm like, it's okay. Well, I recorded one recently for the first appearance of the Beaky Buzzard. You know, Bugs Bunny gets the Boyd. See, I don't hate it, but I never really loved the character of Beaky Buzzard, so maybe that might be an answer for you there. I think that might be it. But, I mean, mind you, when I do the commentary and that, I don't trash it or anything. In fact, Blue on the track even says, goes, oh, thank goodness you have a contrary opinion. Let's see, Daffy in Hollywood. Yeah, I got a high definition on that one in my collection. None of the directors were producing good stuff post 55. Well, What's Opera Duck was good, and and there were 1 or 2 Witch Hazels. I think that was like 56. Marvin the Martian. I think there were a few good things in there. Now Hear This. That's one of my favorites. I absolutely love that abstract one. That's fantastic. Let's see. The last truly great Looney Tunes cartoon was Three Little Bops. That is amazing, but I do like, Now Hear This and a few of the one-shot Chuck Jones shorts that came out after. What's Opera Doc? I don't think it's overrated. I think it's quite good. In fact, Thad actually made a great point. I didn't even think about this. If you watch the cartoons around What's Opera Doc, they were like average to mediocre. And then you see that out of the blue. It's like, whoa, okay, where did this come from? So it'll be interesting to see that, because I'm literally going to be doing just that, watching them in order, and we'll see how What's Opera Doc figures. All right. Yeah, look, that's a good thing about these discussions, Ian, agree to disagree. It's fantastic. I love hearing contrary voices, as long as it's not like, oh, you're an idiot for not liking what I like. As long as it's not ridiculous things like that, it's all about having fun. You've got to have fun. I mean, there's a lot of things that I like that Blue doesn't, and there's a lot of things Blue likes that I don't, and I think that's great. All right, Mr. Kevin, am I ever going to do commentary on Tasmania? Because it's a TV show, I don't think I could do that as a commentary series, but one idea was floating around. It probably won't be anytime soon. Sure I understand. But one idea I was floating around was, with certain TV shows or certain movies that I know there's no chance in hell I can get them up on YouTube unless it's audio only, is to maybe say, right, if you've got said movie, you can just, put it up. So, and I think I cut out again, but anyway, we'll move on. But, maybe I can do that. But, but not for now. So let's have a look. Thoughts on What's Cooking, Doc? Love it. Absolutely love it. What will I do when I'm done with all the commentaries? No idea at this stage. Let me see, what else do I have? Yeah, Tasmania, I remember growing up with that, actually. It was pretty good. But I think my stomach is telling me it's done. My favorite classic Porky short, I'll probably finish up on that question. I couldn't really tell you, but I do like I mean, I like Duck Dodgers. He's in it, but he's not really a major part. But I like Porky and Wacky Land's probably my favorite, where it's just him. So, and Beaky, I'll have to watch all of them again to give you a decision. So, guys, it has been a pleasure. This has been a lot of fun. 2 hours. It is a little bit exhausting as well, but hey, as long as I have fun. So, for those who have missed the beginning and all that stuff, this will all be and on there. Oh, Eli, you just missed it. I'm going to finish it up now. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, Devin, we're going to have a chat about it, definitely. Thanks, Ryan. Most hated short, Going to Heaven on a Mule. Yep, Porky at the Crocodile is pretty good. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Alright, see you guys. I'm going to end the stream right now. See you guys.